वे लोग पीछे बैठे हैं, आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है प्लीज़ आगे आ जाइए. We have lot of chairs empty in the second and third row. So a humble request. જેટલા પણ લોકો પાછળ બેસ્યા છે હું રિક્વેસ્ટ કરું છું પ્લીઝ આગળ આવી જાઓ. લાસ્ટ રોમાં જે લોકો બેસ્યા છે હું રિક્વેસ્ટ કરું છું કે આગળ ફોર્થ કે ફિફ્થ રોમાં પ્લીઝ આગળ આવીને જગ્યા લઈ લો. On the left side, on the right side, again, everybody who's at the back in the second last, third last rows, requesting you to please come forward. Thank you. नमस्कार, स्वागतम, सुस्वागतम। आप सभी का आज हार्दिक स्वागत है वाइब्रेंट गुजरात रीजनल कॉन्फ्रेंस 2026 में। आप सब जो हमारे साथ कच्छ और सौराष्ट्र और अलग अलग रीजन से जुड़े हैं, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। हम सब जानते हैं वाइब्रेंट गुजरात एक इन्वेस्टमेंट समिट से भी कई ज़्यादा बढ़कर है। साल भर साल जब भी ये हुआ है, शुरुआत हुई है, इनिशिएटिव लिया गया है, इसकी शुरुआत की गई थी इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए, लेकिन आज ग्लोबल पार्टनरशिप्स हो जा रही है, एमओयूज हो जा रहे हैं और इतना ग्रोथ सिर्फ गुजरात या अहमदाबाद ने नहीं लेकिन पूरे भारत ने देखा है कि आज ये ग्लोबल प्लेटफॉर्म बन चुका है। आप सभी से निवेदन है, एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए आप सभी के लिए जो हमारे साथ आज यहाँ जुड़े हैं। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया एक बार फिर से। आगे बढ़ते हुए हम सब आज यहाँ एकत्रित हुए हैं गुजरात इंटरनेशनल फाइनेंस टेक सिटी। गिफ्ट सिटी एक ऐसा नाम जो हम सब ने सुना है और अहमदाबाद या गांधीनगर को ही नहीं लेकिन गुजरात को एक प्राउड मोमेंट दिलाया है। हम यहाँ पे डिस्कस करने वाले हैं, जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं कि कितने इनिशिएटिव्स लिए गए हैं और क्या इनिशिएटिव्स लिए जाने वाले हैं, क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ है हर एक सेक्टर के लिए। अलग अलग विभिन्न सेक्टर से जो लोग हमारे साथ आज यहाँ जुड़े हैं, क्या ग्रोथ आप देख सकते हैं और हमारे अचीवमेंट्स क्या रहे हैं। मैंने आप सभी का स्वागत आज यहाँ पर किया है और आगे बढ़ते हुए अब मैं मंच पर आमंत्रित करना चाहूँगी। हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं हमारे मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर एंड ग्रुप सीईओ ऑफ गिफ्ट सिटी श्री संजय कौल जी। He has also served as the Joint Secretary in Ministry of Culture and Managing Director for Tourism Corporation of Gujarat and Gujarat Informatics Limited. He is truly a visionary leader who has been instrumental in shaping the journey of iconic gift city. Sir, आपका स्वागत है यहाँ पर और मैं आपसे निवेदन करूँगी आप हमारे जो मेहमान हमारे साथ आज यहाँ जुड़े हैं, all the delegates, please welcome him.
Thank you. Respected Chairman of GIFT City, Dr. Hasmukh Adia sir, distinguished dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, and lots of youngsters, a very good morning to all of you. It is a pleasure to welcome you to this GIFT City seminar under the Vibrant Gujarat Regional Conference here in Rajkot, a region known for not just its enterprise, but for its global outlook. From engineering and auto components to gems and jewelry, ceramics, agro-processing, and increasingly services, Saurashtra's businesses have always thought beyond borders. Vibrant Gujarat has for over 2 decades provided a powerful platform to connect Gujarat's entrepreneurial energy with global opportunity. GIFT City is a natural extension of that same vision to position Gujarat and India at the center of global finance and financial services. Friends, GIFT City was conceived with a clear national objective to bring international financial services back to India, to retain capital, talent, and value creation within the country, and to give Indian businesses a globally competitive financial ecosystem right at home. Today, GIFT International Financial Services Center is emerging as a key pillar for India's financial architecture. International banks, insurance, fund managers, aircraft leasing companies, fintechs, and capital market institutions are already operating from GIFT. India-related financial activity that once flowed offshore is increasingly being conducted from Gujarat. Most importantly, it offers confidence, the confidence of policy continuity, regulatory clarity, and a strong institutional backing. We are privileged to have the guidance of our chairman, Dr. Hasmukh Adia, whose experience in economic reform has helped shape GIFT IFSC into a globally credible jurisdiction. We are equally grateful for the unwavering support of the Government of Gujarat, which has ensured that GIFT City continues to grow as a symbol of cooperative federalism and investor trust. For the business leaders gathered here and young friends who are here, many of whom have built successful enterprises from Rajkot, Morbi, Jamnagar, and across Saurashtra, GIFT offers new possibilities, access to global capital, international structuring for expansion, treasury, fund management, insurance, and fintech platforms, a gateway to global markets without leaving India. Today's session is meant to demystify GIFT IFSC and show how it can support your next phase of growth. Let me conclude by saying that GIFT City represents Gujarat's leadership in shaping India's global financial future. It reflects India's confidence on the world stage, and it is an opportunity for businesses locally who can scale up globally from Gujarat for the world. I once again welcome you all and wish you a highly engaging and productive seminar. Thank you very much.
थैंक यू चेक थैंक यू सो मच श्री संजय कौल जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। आगे बढ़ते हुए अब मैं मंच पर आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी हमारे चेयरमैन गिफ्ट सिटी एंड ऑल्सो द प्रिंसिपल एडवाइजर टू द ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ गुजरात. He is also the former Finance Secretary and Revenue Secretary to the Government of India, and he is widely credited with the successful conceptualization and implementation of GST. आइए तालियों के साथ स्वागत करते हैं हमारे चेयरमैन श्री हसमुख अड़िया जी का.
Good morning. How many of you have visited Gift City? Of course, okay. None of you? How many of you don't know Gujarati? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll mix up. I don't want them to also miss out. I will use both the languages to address you, okay? So, if I may start with a small question to some of the students who are sitting there. Does anybody know what is Gift City? And what is your information so far about Gift City? Anyone among the students who are sitting there? Does anybody know about Gift City and what? Yes, please, beta. थोड़ा mic दो, है? Mic है? Mic दो.
Gift City is all about bringing international financial markets to our Gujarat, and that is situated in Gandhinagar.
That's all you know?
That's all I know.
Anything more than that?
No,
Okay, anyone else knows something more than this about it? Anyone else? Among the students? Okay. So, friends, please understand that this is a visionary project of Shri Narendra Modi ji when he was a Chief Minister of Gujarat way back in 2007. It was sort of thought about. A company was formed in 2007, but after that, the actual implementation started much later. 2011 was when the land allotment was done for Gift City. It's a greenfield city, new city, in between Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar. You can say closer to Gandhinagar, about 10 kilometers from Gandhinagar, but it is only 20 minutes away from the airport of Ahmedabad. It is spread over 900 acres of land, the city. It's a vertical city virtually, so it is planned to make it a vertical city. We don't have the scope for building sprawling campuses of various companies. So whoever wants to come there has to have a tall building, very tall building. The infrastructure of the city is very well planned. It is a smart city and it is a green city both. The entire management of utility is done in the basement. There is a utility corridor which is passing much below the ground, a huge utility corridor, and all the pipelines and all the utilities are passing through that. Nothing is visible outside. All the electrical cables, sewage, drinking water, and it has a concept of district cooling also. So no building has its own air conditioning. Every building gets cool water from centralized district cooling center, which is what they use for their air conditioning requirement, every building. As of now, there are about 25 buildings already existing and working in the Gift City, and there are about 35 more which are under construction. About, I would say that 1/3 of the city's potential built-up area is already allotted and under construction, and the remaining is still to fructify. I would say 30%, 33% is already allotted, and it is under construction. So what is the idea of Gift City? For the students, it would be interesting to know that before the Gift City came into being, all the companies of India, whenever they required external finance in foreign exchange, they had to go to other countries. For example, for your project, you require credit in US dollar or in UK pound or in any other currency. You have to go abroad and take a loan, either from HSBC or even Indian banks. If you want to take a loan, there used to be branches of Bank of India and Bank of Baroda, State Bank of India, in Singapore, Dubai, everywhere. So one had to go there and take a loan. Now, it's possible to do so in Gift City. Gift City has got two different areas. One is called IFSC area, International Financial Services Center area, SEZ, Special Economic Zone, in which all the entities which are located in SEZ, they are supposed to be dealing only in foreign exchange. They cannot do any transaction in domestic currency, not in rupees. They have to do all their transactions in foreign currency. So, this is the facility which is now created within the within the domestic area, within the country of India now. I hope you are all following what I am saying. Okay, બધાને સમજણ પડે છે? સિમ્પલ ઇંગ્લિશ છે? ઓકે, તમને પ્રશ્ન પૂછવાનો પણ અવસર મળશે અને પ્રશ્ન પૂછવામાં મર્યાદા નહીં રાખતા. તમે જે ભાષામાં તમારે પૂછવું હોય એ ભાષામાં તમે પ્રશ્ન પૂછી શકો. ઓકે, મિત્રો, તો this particular city, what are the activities which are being done there? It's a new concept, new this thing probably for people in Rajkot. You may not be very familiar with Gift City. So what are the things we do there? And what is the uniqueness of Gift City? The uniqueness of Gift City is, number one, as I told you, that all the transactions in foreign exchange can be done sitting in India, number one. Number two, for those entities which want to locate in Gift City, if you are a bank or an insurance company or a stock market participant or an exchange or a stockbroker or a investor, fund manager, instead of going to different regulators outside of Gift City, there is a regulator, unified single regulator, who is there in Gift City, appointed by Government of India. And this regulator has all the powers of RBI, SEBI, insurance regulator, everyone. So you don't have to go to different agencies to get your registration, to get approval for operating from there. A single regulator can give you all the approvals. That is the uniqueness of Gift City. The second thing is, it is a kind of a world-class smart city in which ultimate concept is that there'll be ease of doing business, there'll be ease of living. One can walk to the office from there. So it's a complete residential zone, something like what Rajkot is trying to make a smart city here. But better than that, it is a protected area, 900 acres. And the entire city is being operated by Gift City company. There is no municipality who is coming in the way. It is the Gift City company which manages the local municipal functions of Gift City. So this is the difference. Now, what are the activities which are being done there? What is permissible there? What are being done mainly? The first and foremost is banking. Today, there are 35 banks which are operating from Gift City. And it includes Indian banks as well as foreign banks. All of them have got their presence in Gift City, and they do all their foreign currency transactions sitting in Gift City. So there is a branch of SBI also there, Bank of Baroda also, and HSBC, JP Morgan, every one of them are there. What do they do? Number one, they give external commercial borrowing to the companies which require in India or abroad. So if any Indian company, manufacturer of Rajkot, wants to take loans in US dollar, they can go to Gift City, talk to any one of the banks, and they will get the loan sanction. If you want to get a trade finance, suppose you want LC to be opened in foreign exchange, or you want trade finance, some kind of a temporary credit to cover your cost of import, that also you can do from Gift City. So various banking transactions are possible from Gift City. Then the second major activity in Gift City is the fund management activity. Lot of people sitting in Singapore, they set up funds and they try to get private investor to invest in that fund. And then those funds are deployed in profitable opportunities in India or in Asia. So all this fund management activity was operating from Singapore, Dubai, London. Today we have all of them coming to Gift City. Many of them are coming to Gift City. We have got about 194 fund management entities, companies which are managing fund. And they have set up 310 different funds in which there are a lot of investors from all over the world. People have invested in this fund in foreign exchange, in US dollar. And in these funds, there are 646 angel investors also. Venture capital or angel investors are also there. And there are retail investors also. So this is one activity which is very popular in Gift City. Already they have got commitments in this fund by various international investors to the tune of 26 billion US dollar, which is about 2.5 lakh crore. That much of investment commitment they have got in Gift City funds. And then they try to deploy it in various profitable ventures, in debt finance also, in equity finance also. Okay? The bank business, I told you, there are 35 banks. How much of business they are doing? Already, the banks have got 100 billion US dollar of assets, deposits as well as lending, which converts into about 9 lakh crore. Itna business bank ka ho chuka hai already. Matlab that much is the asset they are owning now. The third important activity in GIFT City is the capital market. अगर आपको शेयर्स में इन्वेस्ट करना है इन डोमेस्टिक एरिया तो आप BSE NSE के थ्रू अपना ट्रांजैक्शन करेंगे, लेकिन अगर इंटरनेशनल स्टॉक में भी करना है, अगर इन्वेस्ट फॉरेन एक्सचेंज में, तो आप गिफ्ट सिटी में बुलियन एक्सचेंज हमारा जो NSE और BSE का दोनों का एक इंटरनेशनल फिनांस एक्सचेंज है, सो यू कैन डू इट फ्रॉम इंटरनेशनल एक्सचेंज ऑफ NSE एंड BSE, दोनों का एक एक्सचेंज है वहाँ पर क्या होता है, डेरिवेटिंग ट्रेडिंग होता है जो इंडेक्स स्टॉक पे, जैसे आपको पता होगा एक SGX निफ्टी हुआ करता था, SGX निफ्टी सिंगापुर से इट वाज बीइंग ट्रेडेड, नाउ इट इज़ बीइंग ट्रेडेड फ्रॉम गिफ्ट सिटी. So a derivative product in which the underlying stock is NSE index, available in foreign denomination. It is being exchanged, it is being traded in our GIFT City exchanges. And how much is the total turnover in this exchange? You would be surprised. Every month, in the period of 3 months, average turnover is about $89 billion, which is about 6 to 7 lakh crore. उतना फॉरेन एक्सचेंज में ट्रेडिंग होता है गिफ्ट सिटी में. And there are a lot of debt listing which is directly done in GIFT City. Anyway, that is also of interest to you. Then the fourth activity which is important, the next activity which is important in GIFT City is the insurance. As you know, the insurance companies of India, they go to other territories for getting reinsurance, because reinsurance is required in case of large exposure. So reinsurance जब लेने जाते हैं तो आपको सिंगापुर वगैरह से मिलता है, बट यहाँ पर now you can get it sitting in GIFT City, the reinsurance. So many of the insurance companies have got their insurance offices in GIFT City, insurance arms in GIFT City. So that is another activity which is available here. And reinsurance companies which were present only in Singapore, London, mainly London, reinsurance का जो हब है वो लंदन में था, Lloyd's. तो वो सब कंपनियां भी यहाँ पर आके they have opened a office here in GIFT City and they are making available the reinsurance product. Another important activity which is being allowed and which is actively used in GIFT City is aircraft leasing. You know how many aircrafts do we need in India? You must have heard in the newspaper, Indigo, Air India, दोनों मिलके हजार नए एयरक्राफ्ट का ऑर्डर दिया है. Now those are the aircrafts which are generally coming through lease arrangement. So instead of having this lease arrangement in Ireland, where it was a center of leasing, aircraft leasing, we are trying to get it to GIFT City. जितने भी फॉरेन कंपनी हैं जो जितने भी एयरलाइंस है, उनके सबके एक सब्सिडियरी, एक क्या ज़्यादा ही सब्सिडियरी गिफ्ट सिटी में है, एंड दे आर लीजिंग एयरक्राफ्ट. For every aircraft to be leased, they have to create a special purpose vehicle, a separate company, and that's how they are doing this business sitting in GIFT City. And already 134 aircrafts have been leased from GIFT City. 134 aircrafts have been leased from GIFT City. उसमें से वाइड बॉडी जो बड़े वाले हैं वो कम है, मे बी 1/3. द रिमेनिंग आर स्मॉल एयरक्राफ्ट, जो हेलीकॉप्टर होगा या एयरक्राफ्ट होते हैं, वो जो प्राइवेट आते हैं वो भी गिफ्ट सिटी से लीजिंग होता है. सो दैट्स अ बिग एक्टिविटी नाउ अवेलेबल इन गिफ्ट सिटी. ऑल्सो द गिफ्ट सिटी इज a place for locating fintech industry, financial technology industry, or tech fin, both of them. And this kind of companies can innovate their products sitting in Gift City, or if they already have a product like Paytm, they can do their business sitting in Gift City, but they can do the international business sitting there, in which it is only in foreign exchange business. And that's a big advantage. In IFSC area, if they want to do, they have to do it only in foreign exchange. But if they want to do it for domestic market, they can also locate their unit in the domestic area of Gift City. Gift City has got both the area, domestic area, IFSC area, okay? और वो भी एक बड़ा स्कोप है फिनटेक और टेकफिन इनोवेटर्स के लिए. One more activity, sorry, I forgot to mention, in capital market, apart from stock exchange, we also have a bullion exchange. So bullion exchange is for trading in gold. All the gold that is imported in India. Does anybody know how much of gold is coming to India every year? How many tons of gold do we import? From the student, anyone? Sorry? Does anybody know? We are importing about 800 ton of gold every year. It's a big number. And the idea is that instead of getting it through the present mechanism, import of gold, if gold can be imported directly into through bullion exchange into India, then there'll be more transparency, and there is a benefit also to importer as well as to exporter in bullion exchange. So already about more than 100 ton of gold has been traded on bullion exchange. It has been mainly imported. 100 ton of gold has been imported in Gift City, and much more is going to happen soon. So this is the bullion exchange. In the bullion exchange, there are 185 qualified jewelers who are already registered in the bullion exchange, and they are importing their gold through bullion exchange. There are 40 qualified suppliers also, people like JP Morgan or HSBC who supply gold all over the world. They are the gold suppliers. They are registered in bullion exchange. And bullion exchange is also supported by vaults. So there are secured vaults for delivery. So once you have exchanged gold on the bullion exchange, you get a BDR, bullion depository receipt. And with that receipt, you can go and collect your gold either from the Gift City vault, or it is possible to collect it from anywhere in the country. You can collect it from Chennai or Delhi or Bombay with the BDR that you have. So this is the facility of bullion exchange in the Gift City. And so these are the few activities which I told you are possible in the Gift City. What is the advantage of Gift City vis-a-vis domestic area? Number one, there is a income tax holiday for the companies operating in IFSC area for 10 out of any 15 years. So after you set up your business in Gift City, you can decide when do you want to avail of 10 years of income tax holiday out of 15. So whichever are your more profitable years, you can avail of income tax holiday. So for example, for the first 5 years, if you are not profitable, then don't avail it. And then you start availing it from 6th year, and you can get 10 years of income tax holiday in Gift City. This is the advantage. Also, for any goods or services you procure in the IFSC area in GIFT City, there is no GST. So GST exemption is also there because it is a special economic zone, and that's why there is no GST. So this is the second advantage. Thirdly, when the lease transactions take place within the GIFT City, the real estate transactions, the stamp duty is also exempted. So it is a low tax regime in which we are trying to encourage international players to come and play and to sort of do this. Which country are you from, gentlemen? Nigeria. For I think all of your countries, this is a model. You can probably think of having something like that, you know? Which is, yes. You have a question? Yeah. Sorry, which one? USA. Okay. So just give it to our Mike. What are you saying?
My name is Preeti Cholara, and I'm from Verawal, Rajkot, and from Saurashtra University, graduated, but living in USA for about last 50 years. So I have real estate license. I'm CIPS, Certified International Property Specialist also.
Property. Acha.
Yeah, in real estate
Okay.
market.
Okay.
So I am very much aware, and I had made an effort. If NAR, that is National Association of Realtors of USA, can have the treaty with India, any of the universities, they can have the same parallel to life insurance company, like giving the licenses and regulatory system. So I do not know whether that know-how has been adopted by India. I had requested the education minister in Ahmedabad, in Gandhinagar, in 2012. And at that time, Modi ji was there, CM. And at that time, they had said that Saurashtra University has to give the, if Marwadi University is interested, I may be able to open up the chapter in USA. Thank you.
You may be able to open up?
The chapter for adopting the regulatory system here, NAR, that gives the license for the buying and selling and leasing. That is another area, but it is there has to be regulatory system also to continuing the licensing. So the foreign investors can be happy to invest in India, and especially if it is in Gujarat. Thank you.
Yeah, in real estate, there is a lot of possibility for tying up with some of our developers. So maybe Nisarg will put you in touch with some of our developers, and you can do something with them to bring a new product or a new opportunity for investment by US companies into GIFT City. So you can talk to her, and okay. So that's one. But as far as education is concerned, that's another thing which has been allowed. I forgot to mention it. Any foreign university can set up a campus in GIFT City. And you know that education in India is not allowed for profit. So you cannot set up an educational institution for profit. You cannot give you cannot have a degree granting university in this thing, India. But this one in GIFT City, you are allowed to set up an educational institution. You are allowed to make profit also, and you can repatriate the profit also back to your country. And already we have got interest from several universities. आ जाओ अजय, आ जाओ, यहाँ आ जाओ, यहाँ आ जाओ, यहाँ आ जाओ, यहाँ चलिए. We've got an interest from various universities of various countries. Already there are 5 universities which are active in GIFT City, and we are expecting many more to come. The only limitation we have is that it has to be vertical. It has to be a vertical university. So in vertical building they can set up, and in order to facilitate them, the GIFT City company itself is creating a tower for housing them. It will be a tower of about 35 floors, and different floors will be given to different university, and there'll be some common floors with common facility for all of them to use. So indoor sports, auditorium, and student exchange area, canteen, everything will be common. So easily about 5-6 universities can come in that tower. Each one can take 3-4 floors, and they can set up their thing. So that will be a building created by GIFT City. It will be ready in 3 years, and after that they can lease it from us. In GIFT City, the property is allowed to be leased for 99 years also. So we give development rights to our builders, developers for 99 years, and they in turn, after constructing a building, they can give leasing rights for a particular area, square feet, on 99-year lease also, sublease also. They can also do it. Or they can give it on rent per month. And the rentals today in GIFT City are much cheaper compared to other metropolitan cities like Bangalore, Bombay, Ahmedabad. So there is a lot of opportunity in GIFT City in this. Okay, so I think I have covered most of the subjects, but you can let me know if there are some more, in case if anyone wants to ask something different. Yes. Jara ye mic do.
My name is Hardik. We are manufacturer of sustainable focused eco-friendly products, food packaging products of sugarcane bagasse, so export to. So is there any opportunity to GIFT City or maybe start operation over there?
Not possible.
Okay.
Manufacturing is not allowed. It's only for services, and mainly financial services.
Okay.
So no manufacturing is allowed
Thank you.
in GIFT City. So I'll introduce to you Ajay. Ajay, come. You want to come? Take a chair here. Yeah, come here. Take a chair. यहाँ बैठ जाओ. मेरे में बैठ जाओ. I'll sit there. No problem. दूसरी एक chair दे दो. Ajay Padu is here. He is from Government of India. Ajay Padu is the Director General of Foreign Trade, Government of India. Right? Am I correct? BG? I know. Acha, you were holding charge that time. Yes, otherwise, he's additional secretary. Recently, yes. Huh? Till 3-4 days back. Okay, I didn't know that. So he's additional secretary in Ministry of Commerce and Industry and in the Department of Commerce. So otherwise, he's an officer of Gujarat cadre, IAS officer, like me and Sanjay. Sanjay, of course, is from Kerala cadre, but he's here. So welcome, Ajay. And maybe you want to give a perspective on GIFT City, SEZ, or on something. You want to give a perspective, or a little after the presentation? After the presentation, or you want to do it before?
Sir, after the presentation.
Okay. पीयूष जी के साथ आए आप? आ गए वो उधर? नहीं आया, अभी पहुंचे नहीं है. ओके, ठीक है. तो उनका भी लेट चल रहा है. We have to go in the seminar with him next. Doesn't matter. So इनका presentation होने दो, फिर आप then you can. हाँ. So let's all sit in the audience and listen. Yeah, we can sit on the side and see the presentation. So after the presentation, the managing director will be here. You're free to ask questions to him and the panel, okay? And after that, I may have to leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for taking us through the journey, the various opportunities, the activities that are taking place, the ease of living a person can have. And like Sir rightly mentioned, coming up next, now we have the video Coming up next, like he mentioned, we have a presentation on what opportunities will Gift City offer. And I now request Mr. Nisarg Acharya to please join us over here, the Assistant VP Marketing and PR, to take us through the presentation.
A very warm welcome to all of you and good morning. It's pleasure to see the crowd on Monday morning here, because it's always a lazy Mondays for all of us. But it's our pleasure that you make up for this seminar. We would like to first of all thank you, our chairman sir and our MD sir, to give a broad introduction of gift. I think a lot of stuff chairman sir has in detail explained, but just to give you a the better understanding in terms of what is gift, what kind of businesses is there, what kind of infrastructure is there, what kind of ecosystem that we are developing, right? We would like to take you through the presentation, which will be followed after the Q&A and other session. So, what is GIFT and what is IFSC? GIFT is a vision of our Honorable Prime Minister when he was the Chief Minister of the state, to create one of the finest international business district of the country, where you get a right kind of physical infrastructure, right, which is the physical hardware part of the city, also the best software, right, which is the soft component of the businesses, that is including right policies, right taxation, ease of doing businesses, right kind of regulatory mechanism. So that is a soft component. Now, if we talk about GIFT as a as a city, it's located between Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar. We are almost near to Gandhinagar, on the bank of the river, which is the finest riverfront which is getting developed. And we are within the ecosystem of Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar. So it's not a very secluded city. You might have heard that as a city एक घंटा दूर होगा वगैरह, ऐसा नहीं है, right? We are part of Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar as an ecosystem, and we are creating a business district with some of the social, residential and other facilities. IFSC, which is one of the important component of GIFT, GIFT has one of the India's only international financial service center operational. So this makes GIFT as a project of national importance, because this is a special jurisdiction which works as an offshore center for India to go to global finance. This is how the GIFT structured is. So overall GIFT, it's around 900 acres of land on the banks of the Sabarmati river, which is divided into two zones. One is the domestic area, which is as good as any other business area in terms of business operations, and second is the multi-service SEZ, which is recognized as an international financial service center. So the entity which is operational in multi-service SEZ will be IFSC entity or any other SEZ entity which is a service sector with like IT and any other services. These are the broad businesses which are operational in GIFT, specific to the IFSC zone, right? Sir already mentioned like banking, capital market, asset manager, asset management, insurance. There are very unique ancillary services opportunities for the legal, chartered accountant firms, lot of accounting companies. There are also options for the GCCs. There are options for the foreign universities to set up their base here. So these are the predominant business activities which are operational in GIFT. We have mentioned some of the numbers for your reference. So this kind of entities, bifurcations are given, which is operational in GIFT right now. This is a broad comparison of the foreign jurisdiction, the GIFT IFSC jurisdiction, and the domestic area of which is any part of the country, including the DTA of GIFT. We are at par with other foreign jurisdiction in almost all the factors, if we talk about the FEMA, if we talk about the currency, taxation, regulation and all. So earlier we were losing a lot of business to other centers like Singapore, Mauritius, Dubai, because we did not have this kind of, regulatory, structure. But now, as we are having a comparable, IFSC created, India-centric business we are able to attract back to our country. These are the benefit, very important slide, because a lot of people are looking towards the, what are the tax benefit and the, hardcore benefits that we get. Direct, indirect tax benefit is of course there, which is at par with, almost all global jurisdiction. We are also having an additional benefit from the state government, which is by the, ITS policies, also by the Global Capability Centers policy. Also, there is an exemption for the, the brokers who are, operating in GIFT by the state also. These are some of the, strong numbers which defines the, how GIFT is growing towards. In specific to the IFSC, we have around, 1,000 plus entities operational, and some of the volumes. You just see the kind of banking asset, we have already crossed, $100 plus billion for GIFT, which is a substantial amount of, the asset which is, having the presence within our jurisdiction, which is focusing to the foreign, currency. Other numbers, of course, we will go sector wise, so you will get it more information there. Now, banking. We have presence of almost all big foreign banks in GIFT. Also, all Indian banks mostly have the presence there. Now, what they are doing the foreign currency transactions sitting out of GIFT. So it is not the same, banking branch that you might have seen in Rajkot, Ahmedabad or any other zone. These are very specialized, operations which are happening from this zone, right? Some of the activity, right, which is mentioned here, which is trade finance, ECBs, a lot of deposits and, borrowings are happening from here. So there are two opportunities, for you. As an individual, right, you can use this, route for any international, investment and the operations, and also for the corporates, right? If you are operating from, Rajkot or any other, area, you can use this base for the trade finance and other ECBs, which normally you might be doing, from the Dubai or, Singapore kind of players. Fund industry. I think fund industry is growing very fast. We have seen this, vertical growing very fast in GIFT. You can see the kind of graph which has picked up. Most of the funds that you might have heard that, India-centric fund, which were operating from maybe, Singapore and Mauritius, right? They are coming back to India, right? It is better always, to be within the country, focusing on the Indian market for the investment, right, and sitting in the offshore center as you are, sitting and operating from Dubai or, Singapore kind of zone, right? So we are getting very good, response from the fund like AIF category 1, 2, 3. Lot of sovereign funds have also started, like Abu Dhabi, then Qatar. They have started their, base here, which is mainly focusing to invest in India. Capital market. You might be aware we have two big exchange in India, which is the NSE and BSE. Both the exchange are having their subsidiary international exchange in GIFT, and both are picking up very well. As Chairman Sir mentioned about the SGX Nifty, which is now named as a GIFT Nifty. So it was our product, but it was traded in Singapore market, right? Now, as we have GIFT IFSC as a platform, we are able to bring that back our product, which is now renamed as a GIFT Nifty, and you can see the kind of volume that we are getting back, right? This is getting creating the kind of platform in the ecosystem for the players to invest within these exchanges. Also for the companies to raise their capital, right? The Indian company or the foreign company can use the platform. Also the bond issuance and kind of stuff. GCC, which is a very important factor right now. It is creating a lot of job and the high tech job, right? So GIFT is able to attract a lot of GCCs there. One of the biggest GCC in IFSC zone is Bank of America. Bank of America is having around 2,700 plus, people working there. This is a very interesting, verticals, which is TechFin, ancillary and accounting. So TechFin is first, I would like to explain. Basically, the tech company which is focusing on servicing the financial services, player are allowed to operate in GIFT, right? This makes a unique example which give the benefit of taxation to this kind of tech companies which are focusing on the financial services product. Second is the ancillary. As I mentioned, if you are in legal services, chartered accountant, or any kind of consultancy that you are providing to players within IFSC zone and to the entities outside GIFT, right? You are able to get the same benefit, though you are within the ancillary platform. Also, the accounting services, GIFT has added the BATF guidelines. So now bookkeeping, accounting is considered within the IFSC zone after the notification. So there are a lot of accounting services which are happening from Gujarat specific, right? So now a lot of companies are shifting to GIFT to take that advantage, because we are also looking to create a global accounting hub. The kind of talent which is available in Gujarat, a lot of chartered accountants and commerce graduates come from this region. So it will help us to create this kind of an ecosystem for the accounting services. DTA broadly GIFT attracts to the service industry. So if you are within the service industry, right, if you fall under the IT, or if you want to create the R&D center or the processing center, lot of tech centers, then you have an option to open your base in domestic area, because domestic area also provides the kind of infrastructure that we talk about, the ecosystem that GIFT provides, and also a lot of state benefit that GIFT is offering. Now this companies are present in domestic area. So as I was mentioning that DTA is also coming up well. We have some of the top GCCs operating in GIFT. You can see the kind of big companies like Infineon, it's a German chip company. Then we have French company Technip. Then we have TELUS from Canada. So these are the companies who have who are operating the large GCC centers in GIFT, employed more than 500 plus employee in each companies. Also, a lot of tech companies, you name the big tech companies, they have the presence in GIFT, like Google, IBM, Capgemini, Accenture, right? They have opened their base here, and I think this is the only cluster where you can see a lot of global tech companies having the presence and global finance companies having the presence here. These are the opportunities specific for the NRIs, that how they can use the GIFT platform, right? So if you talk about the banking, they can have the deposits here. If the capital market, without entering an India market, they can use GIFT platform of ecosystem of market to enter the GIFT and get back. A lot of exemptions are given in terms of the taxation, ease of doing business, has the PAN exemption and other stuff. So I think this makes the right offering for the NRIs, because in terms of any global scenario, geopolitical issues we are aware of, right? Their money is very safe in foreign currency within their home country. So this kind of structure is very beneficial for the NRI community. GIFT is an integrated city. As I mentioned, it has predominantly a commercial, 67% is the commercial office space building. We also have a dedicated residential, around 22%, and 11% is a social, which is including school, clubs, hotels, then hospitals kind of stuff. Right now, around 25 buildings are operational, and 45 plus buildings are under construction. So by 2030, you will see the skyline of more than 60-70 buildings up and running there. Currently, we employed around 25 to 27,000 people in GIFT, and it is estimated that we will reach around 1 lakh employment by 2030. These are the state-of-the-art infrastructure, most of them implemented for the first time in India. And it's very proud moment for us that we can say the infrastructure that we have created is also not present in some of the global cities. First, to talk about the automated waste collection system. This system works in a way that if you are living in any of the apartment or the office, each floor have the chutes. You just have to throw your garbage there. Through the vacuum system suction, we will take the garbage to the plant level. So there is no human intervention in terms of waste collection, segregation or transportation. Second, if we talk about the district cooling, it's a centralized city level air conditioning, you can say. You will not need a split ACs or outdoor unit hanging on any of the building. It's a centralized plant that we have created, and we provide the chilled water to each of the building, and through the HVAC system, it's provides a chilled air to all the offices and the residential that we are creating. It's a sustainable infrastructure. It reduces the operational cost by 30 to 40%, right? Less capital because you don't need to have the chillers and other outdoor unit there. Then we have a tunnel, which is a very unique component. It makes GIFT as a digging-free city. So you might have seen that nowadays you will see work in progress everywhere, because if you want to create some infra or repair it, you will dig the roads or walkways to upgrade or maintain the infra. But in GIFT, all the major infrastructure goes through this tunnel. Apart from gas and sewage, most of the infra passes through this tunnel. So if you want to repair or maintain, you don't have to dig the roads. You can go inside, you can access the the piping network, you can repair and come out, right? Also the water treatment plant, GIFT is a portable water city in a way. You can drink water from any tap. That is the standard we have achieved, right? We have heard that if you are going to some foreign cities, US, Europe, you drink water from tap, right? But in India, it's very difficult. So that kind of the infra we are providing, because we are attracting a lot of global communities to work here. In terms of the talent and knowledge, Gujarat is becoming a talent hub, because we have a very diverse talent in terms of manufacturing to the service industry. GIFT is also surrounded with lot of premium educational institution, right? Starting from IIM to IIT, PDU, national universities. So this is a large knowledge corridor that we have created in surrounding of GIFT, which is the the hub. You can say the talent hub for the companies who are coming to operate here. Foreign universities, which is a very interesting vertical within IFSC zone, we are able to attract 4 global universities here, and the interesting benefit for them is they can come within GIFT without any regulatory approvals from the UGC, right? The only IFSC authority gives the approval, which is very simple approval. It's only QS 500 rank universities are allowed to open their space here, right? So in terms of the quality of universities, we are making sure that right kind of top universities also only come here, and it's focusing on the STEM education, because the kind of companies that we are attracting, it's the talent feeder that we are trying to create, right? So this is also opportunity that you are not required to go to the foreign countries to get the foreign education, which is at par with the other centers. Within GIFT also you will get the same degree and the same the level of education if you want to avail it. Fintech Institute and Innovation Hub. So this is a GIFT City initiative, which is named as a GIFT IFI and GIFT IFIH. For the Fintech Institute, we have tied up with Ahmedabad University, IIT Gandhinagar, and University of San Diego. So it's a consortium who is running the the IFI. And for the accelerator, which is IFIH, right, plug and play, which is a very renowned US-based aggregator, they are operating. So again, this is a kind of innovation hub that we have created to get the talent for the companies, and also to create the new products that that will be competing with the global markets. These are the value proposition that we see. Unified regulator, right, which is a single window mechanism that we have created. Tax at par with the other global standards. Operational cost is very less, because we are creating a world-class infrastructure and A-grade offices, right? It reduces your operational cost, capital and operational both. Also ease of doing business, because gift again it's a city level, we are the common operator in terms of gift urban development authority and notified area committee, so you don't have to go to various government departments for any kind of support required. And in terms of regulator, as I mentioned, unified regulator is there. Physical and social infrastructure, we are creating some of the best. Social have just started, so we have very good quality school, hospital is there, recreational like sports arena, event arenas is there, clubs are there. So we are trying to create the life which is benchmark with the other the global centers. These are some of the good, the logos here. Of course, we cannot accommodate, all the logos. We have more than 1100 companies operating there. But this will give you the broad understanding of kind of, companies which are operating here. So it is a very proud moment for, Gujarat, that this kind of global financial institution and technology companies are operating at a zone which was recognized as a more a manufacturing hub rather than a service hub. So it is a very proud moment for all Gujarati and the people who are contributing to this particular zone, because this is a national project where we are trying to create the best in class international financial service center, and to bring back the India centric businesses, and also to carry a global capital within our zone. I will end the presentation here. We have a QR code here. You'll get all the the details of gift, and our team is here for any other interaction. And thank you so much.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. Can you just go back to your that advantage slide? Just go back. Previous, yeah, this is the value proposition of gift. Actually, I was just wanted to take my cue from here, that gift actually is not just it is one of the SEZs, but it is not just an SEZ, it is a strategic intervention. So when we talk about gift, it's not just another SEZ, it is a global financial gateway that we are trying to create. And you can see the advantages here. First of all, the biggest advantage is the certainty advantage, be it the favorable tax regime, be it exemptions from GST, stamp duty, stable, predictable regulatory environment for global investors and serious business people. That this is something which is this is a unique advantage. Secondly, gift allows businesses to operate in foreign currencies and from India. So companies can raise funds, borrow, hedge risk, invoice in dollars or euros without the restrictions that exist in the domestic market. And this is extremely important, particularly in the field of exports, particularly field of the global services, and particularly in the field of manufacturing, which has overseas exposure. Third is the single unified regulator, which is the first point that is there. In the case of gift, it is instead of dealing with the multiple regulators, businesses get faster approvals, clearer rules, and much less compliance friction. Gift authority, IFSCA authority, is the regulator for them, and this actually significantly improves the ease of doing business, which is being highlighted here. Again, another thing that is that GIFT does is that it connects India directly to the global capital markets through INX and through NSE, IFSC, etc. Another interesting thing that is happening on the field is that which didn't come in this presentation, but GIFT is also operating a bullion exchange. Now, if you look at bullion exchange, India is one of the biggest markets for the bullion. We have around every year we import 700 to 800 metric ton of gold, and the price of that gold, the standards of that gold, that the trading of that gold is all done on the exchanges abroad. So what IIBX is trying to do is to, since we are the largest, one of the largest purchasers of the gold, why not have the market here? Why not have the exchange here itself? And now a lot of gold we are also, as part of our free trade deal, some of the places we are also giving a tariff advantage in gold also. That is also coming through IIBX. So IIBX is something which is very interesting initiative, and which makes sure that since India is a big player in the gold trading, we should be the one who would be also deciding the markets in the gold. Second thing is there are unique gift propositions which keep coming. Just to give you one example, drones are becoming very popular in the field of defense production and technology. I have come across business propositions where drones are being sourced from a particular country. There they are refurbishing them, manufacturing them, and they are supplying it to some other country, and the company that is doing it is established in GIFT. So the company only gets the drone, supplies it to, for example, Sri Lanka, without the drones actually physically getting into India, because the import of drones in India is a restricted import, because we are also trying to manufacture drones. But this company can actually do a trading in drone via getting something from Europe or some manufacturing countries, for example Israel, and then supplying it to some other countries. Similarly, there are so many other business models which are coming up around that. For example, ship leasing is another very interesting model that is coming. We used to have, the companies used to lease ships based out of Dubai or Singapore, because the flag rules and because the other rules in India, there were so much of complex rules. But now sitting in GIFT, they can freely lease the ships. The ships can work on the shore of India. They can come in India and do the whatever work they have come for. For example, it's a tugboat or it's a pilot boat. So they can do that work and then go back without getting into the complex merchant shipping rules of India. So those are the advantages GIFTs have. We are trying to make it more and more simple. Every day we are coming out with the one or the other regulations which actually simplifies things, clarifies things, demystifies things in terms of, and enables the GIFT to operate. So that is what being done. For example, just I gave you the example of drone. So what we are trying to do is that we are trying to make it very clear that if the drone is not physically entering India, it is not an import. It will not go through the import restriction, and the things can. For example, in case of ships and others, we are trying to expand the definition of what kind of ships which can come. So a pontoon can come, or a vessel can come, or other ships can come. So those things we are trying to. We have just notified for the industry unit, for the service units to be established in GIFT, we have notified a simpler form for them, tailor-made to GIFT. So those are the things which we are trying to do. He has spoken about the DTA units. Right now there is a dichotomy between, if you are a service unit, whether you want to establish in DTA, whether you want to establish in GIFT. But we are also trying to, bring out a reform, whereas in the units, even if they are established in GIFT as an SEZ, there would be regulations which would enable them to even supply services to the DTA area also, thereby making them more viable in terms of the operations. So constantly the reforms are being done in GIFT. I congratulate for a good presentation, and I think that's it from the Department of Commerce. Whatever we are doing, I have tried to bring it out. Thank you.
Hello? Yeah, to the gentleman who was giving a presentation just now, okay, gave an example of importing drone and exporting, right? Is it applicable to any other product also? Number one. Number two, which license would be required, for doing this activity?
So, as far as the foreign trade policy is concerned, you can import whatever item until it is restricted or it is prohibited. And in SEZ, their restrictions do not apply. Prohibitions apply if it's a prohibited item. So, what advantage this drone example, why I have quoted this drone example is that drone otherwise is prohibited, but since it is not physically entering, you are able to do it. Those items which are suppose are already free to import, and you just want to have a commercial contract wherein you buy from somewhere and then supply to the to some other country. There is a concept in GIFT called the deemed imports and the deemed exports. So it is what happens is that things come to the SEZ, you can value add in those things, and after value adding you can export. So that is the SEZ ecosystem that is there, that can be utilized in GIFT by having items or by having commercial transactions which are otherwise not. So it's an innovative thing that is being done, right? IFSCA license is required. You have to set up your unit, you have to get the license from IFSCA. That is required. That is you have to set up your unit.
Yeah, so currently we have aircraft and ships to be permitted as goods to be leased from IFSC. But Government of India, they have also notified that IFSCA can add more products in terms of any other equipment can be also added. So like was saying about, and there are many other assets that are also under consideration. So if you have any specific products, you can reach out to IFSCA that
Sorry.
If you have any specific product which you want to lease, you can reach out to IFSCA. That can be also separately notified or specified for being transacted from IFSC for doing leasing business. So currently aircrafts and ships are already being leased, and earlier speaker RDS also mentioned the number of ships and aircraft that have already been leased. So if you have any specific product, you can reach out to IFSCA. There is already a framework. You can do those leasing also.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we'll be happy to take the questions later. Thank you for giving us the broad understanding of the infrastructure, the ease of doing business, education. Now, as we move forward, I would like to invite on stage Shri Mayur Khetanji to please join us, the Group CFO of Marwadi Chandra Group. Let's welcome him over here, Chandrana Group.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Yeah, I know it's a long session, but it's equally exciting. Yeah. So I'll start. Respected MD, Mr. Sanjay Kolji, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Good morning. It's a privilege to be here at the Vibrant Gujarat conference. A platform that has consistently demonstrated that how Gujarat transforms vision into an execution. Yesterday late night when I was approached by GIFT City official that being part of the GIFT City, we are already operating in the GIFT City. So it will be an excellent idea that why don't you share your first-hand experience of operating in the GIFT City. And I can tell you as a finance professional, It is always inspiring and exciting for me to talk about GIFT City, because GIFT City is basically a global platform and India's gateway to global finance. So let me start with a simple question. Historically, whenever Indian entities wanted to raise foreign capital or wanted to launch offshore fund or structure an aircraft leasing or manage global treasury, how did they do it and where did they go? Dubai, Singapore, Hong Kong, London, Mauritius, right? That is how it used to happen. But now, and all these things resulted into outflow of capital, moving our talent out of India, and a lot of value creation used to happen outside of our Indian borders. But was it because of lack of talent? Was it because of lack of global ambition of Indians? No. It was because the structured mode and structure for enabling the global growth from India and global finance from India, that structure was not available, because it required free movement of capital, it required movement of foreign exchange, it required predictable regulation and tax regime, and more importantly, it also required structure which helps in competitive growth of India. And so GIFT City is basically was created to create that kind of environment into India. GIFT City enables Indian companies to operate globally from India under internationally competitive rules. Just to give our brief introduction, I am the group CFO at Marwadi Chandarana Group. For several decades, we have been operating into capital markets and education space. In capital markets, we mainly operate two entities, Marwadi Shares and Finance Limited and Marwadi Chandarana Intermediaries Brokers Limited. Just to give you context, we have more than 3 lakh clients, which includes retail, HNIs, and institutions, both Indians as well as foreign institutes. Apart from equity broking, we are actively present into proprietary trading, wherein we deploy more than 700 traders who trades in our own book. On a daily basis, we deploy close to 10,000 crore margin on the stock exchanges. Just to give perspective on our scale, of the entire trading volume which gets generated in India on BSE and NSE exchanges, of that 3% of trading volumes gets generated from our trading desks. And constantly we have a deep roots in Gujarat. We started with Gujarat and gradually we have a growing national footprint. Apart from capital markets, we also have significant presence on the education side. In fact, Marwadi University, which is hosting this prestigious conference, is this particular campus is part of our group. And it is a matter of pride that we are hosting this kind of event in Rajkot. Just to give quick background of our university, we started back in 2009 as a college. We became university in 2016. Today, we have about 17,000 students, and of that, 15% of our students are foreign nationals across from 54 countries. And in terms of our ranking, recently we got QS ranking. At the Asia level, we ranked 353 at the Asia level universities, and at the national level, we are ranked amongst 100 to 150 universities in India. So constantly we are scaling up our benchmark. Now just to give you our perspective, just to give the perspective on our presence in the GIFT City. We operate a broking business from GIFT City domestic tariff area, wherein we employ about 50 employees who helps various customers on the broking side. Apart from that, we have significant presence on the SEZ side, wherein we have 2 entities. We have equity broking arm. Apart from that, we have recently set up a fund management entity and an AIF fund. There we have a large plan. We have already leased taken a large office on lease with 150 employees capacity. We already hired about 25 employees in last 2 months, and in next few months we will take the number to about 150. And what we are trying to do, we are already a leader on the Indian stock exchanges. We will replicate the same thing on the global exchanges as well. So we from our foreign the SEZ fund management entity, we will be doing trading on the US stock exchanges and on various other international stock exchanges. So when today I am talking about our experience on the GIFT City, I am not talking about just as a commentator, but as a real user of the GIFT City ecosystem. Now, how the GIFT City AIF helps us? So there are 3 layers by which we can use GIFT City fund management entity and AIF. If you want to raise capital from India and invest outside India, that is facilitated by GIFT City. Apart from that, if we want to raise foreign capital and want to invest into India, then through an FPI registration route, we can do the same thing. In addition to that, if you want to raise foreign capital and deploy on the US stock exchanges or various international stock exchanges, that is also enabled through a GIFT AIF. So that's the beauty of AIF. There are 3 layers. Indian money can be invested outside, foreign money can be invested into India, and foreign money can be pooled into GIFT AIF and invested outside India. And we will be doing all 3. We already started doing it, and gradually we will significantly increase our presence and volumes. And just to tell you, of the 25 employees which we have hired, many of them are from Marwadi University. So that is a kind of platform we provide, that means not just hire the skilled professionals, but we also hire the freshers and give them the required training, which enables them to become part of the global financial ecosystem. Now, just to give you perspective why we chose GIFT City as a destination for our expansion. When we were looking at GIFT City, we were not looking at GIFT City merely from the tax advantage perspective or tax haven perspective. Obviously, tax advantage, GIFT City officials talked about it, but we actually looked at 3 fundamental pillars, or I call it 3 C's. Credibility, whether whatever structure which is available in the GIFT City, whether it has recognition from the global investors, financiers, lenders, and other counterparties. So that's first C. The second is clarity, whether the rules and the regulations which are defined by the GIFT City, are they predictable, and whether it is professionally administered. And the third C is continuity. Is there any stability on the regulations, and is there a long-term vision which is kept in mind? And I can confidently say that based on our experience so far, the answer to all the 3 C's is yes. Apart from that, the another reason why we looked at GIFT City as a next destination for our growth. If I talk about the regulatory framework, though, the gentleman Nisarg has already talked about it, that it is a IFSCA basically has role to regulate various segments. Like for example, in India, if we need to regulate the banking and the foreign exchange, then the RBI has a role to play. If we need to regulate capital markets, then SEBI has role to play. If we want to regulate insurance segment, then IRDAI has a role to play. But in GIFT City, it is bundled with one particular regulator, which is IFSCA, and that helps because it basically helps because the approvals becomes faster. And when regulations overlap and things get delayed, the capital hesitates, the global capital hesitates. But with the single regulator, it's like faster approval, one point of contact, one particular regulation, and there is no overlapping between various regulations. So that is another reason that GIFT City enables the entire ecosystem and growth on the financial side. Apart from that, if you look at capital markets, the way we have BSE and NSE on the Indian stock exchanges, Similarly, the GIFT City hosts various, the two international stock exchanges, which is India INX and NSC International Exchange. And there, these exchanges enables trading in equity derivatives, bonds, index derivatives, and ETFs. And all are denominated in foreign currency. So basically, these exchanges brings global market access to Indian soil. So what was happening earlier when this ecosystem was not there, and let's say if we wanted to invest into Apple or let's say Facebook or Amazon, it was practically very difficult because you need to open an account outside India, and so for a retail investors, it was practically not possible. But with this ecosystem, what GIFT City and along with the exchanges which they have brought in, it enables Indian investors under LRS route, liberalized remittance scheme, wherein an individual up to $250,000 and corporates under the OPI route, they can invest in a regulated manner outside India as well. So that is another ecosystem which GIFT City has built and which is basically helping all the players who are operating in this segment. Now, no discussion about GIFT City is ever complete without talking about tax advantages. Nisarg has already talked about tax advantages in terms of 10-year tax holiday for within 15 years window, no GST, benefits on the stamp duty. There is no minimum alternative tax. That is another advantage, and it's a free repatriation of profit. So these are the advantages, but most importantly, when we look at GIFT City, we should not look at GIFT City as a tax haven. The reason why these tax advantages are there, because this basically provides a tax neutrality when Indian firm is competing with the global players, like for example, player who is operating in Dubai, who already has a tax advantages. So these kind of tax advantages provide tax neutrality to the Indian firm so that they also can become globally competitive when they are competing with the global peers. So that's another advantage of having presence in the GIFT City. The another very important point is the talent and cost advantages. So, and that is the biggest strength of GIFT City, I can tell you. See, India has a deep pool of professionals who are experienced in finance, technology, compliance, analytics. But when you combine this expertise, this skill, with the significantly lower operating cost, what the India has as compared to its global peers, then this combination basically creates a significant value proposition for the Indian firms. So let's say if Indian firm is competing with the Singapore-based entity, there the operating cost of that Singapore entity will be significantly higher. Yeah, so that is a very good example why India should look at leveraging the GIFT City ecosystem, what GIFT City is trying to provide us, and this will certainly enable global quality businesses to build and scale from India efficiently and sustainably. Yeah. So with this background, I just want to conclude by saying that GIFT City is not just a city. It is not just a tax haven or tax incentive zone. It is not just a financial district. It's basically India's statement to the global world that India is ready to participate on the global stage with the global rules, but at the same time from within India, right? So it's an excellent opportunity for the corporates to leverage this ecosystem, opportunity for professionals to leverage this platform, and obviously opportunity for India to gain strategic advantage. With that, I just want to conclude my note here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for taking us through that journey and how the future looks like. Now we have time of 5 minutes. If you have any questions, our dignitaries are present over here. I request you to raise your hand. Microphone will be given to you. So if you have any questions with regards to the presentations, the speeches that were shared, the addresses, I request you to please ask now. Thank you. I believe we don't have any questions. So thank you so much, first of all, for making this session so interactive. And I hope it was an insightful session for each and every one of you. Thank you to all our dignitaries who graced over here today. Thank you so much once again. And I would like to thank you all. I also humbly request you to join us for lunch over here. Just a small information, all those who have the silver passes, please join us in the silver dining area. And everybody with the gold passes, I request you to join us in the gold dining area. You must be having a gold star pass. Thank you once again and wishing you all the best. Thank you.
India, the world's largest democracy, is well on its way to becoming the world's third largest economy, targeting a $5 trillion milestone. This extraordinary journey is propelled by streamlined business practices and efficient fiscal transactions. Gujarat, known as India's growth engine, is geared up to contribute almost 10% to this ambitious goal. Visionary leadership, political stability, pro-business policies, a vast skilled talent pool, entrepreneurial spirit, and state-of-the-art infrastructure have propelled Gujarat's unbridled growth as an economic powerhouse. In 2007, when the concept of smart cities was evolving, our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, laid the vision to gift the smartest city to the country. Gift City, Gujarat's international finance tech city. Today, the first operational smart city of India